while, so I thought maybe do that. Give you an idea about what's going on here. I am a little bit late though, so I may have to start my own meeting reasonably soon. I'll just go and dump my ladder, and then I'll come back and wander around and just discuss some of the modern issues with some of the crowd here. Might be a waste of time, might be really interesting, so we'll see. I'll just go and dump my ladder with the crew. Well, it started raining now. It's been kind of okay all day for now, so it's a bit unfortunate. I'm late for a very important date. But I'm actually going around doing a bit of I'm doing a bit of observational, so I'll leave you guys to it for the minute, and I'll go and do some observation. I'll come back round after you.
Well, do you want to speak first?
No, you can speak first. I'm going to wander around here first. Do a little bit of live stream of the madness.
All right.
Yeah?
So then, I'll do my speech first, or
what? I'm going to do your speech first, yeah. Have you got any poignant points you'd like to make that I'm not going to make? That you'd like to make right now?
Yeah, okay.
Here's one of our regular Speaker's Corner gang. Come over here, so we've got the light right. Unfortunately, I haven't set the light correctly. So, the world this week, what do you think about Donald Trump's claims on Gaza?
Well, they are complete madness. It's interesting, the Israelis kind of go along with it, but will it ever come to happen? No. Why is he saying it now? I'm not sure, except it's probably an opening gambit or something else.
It seems he's making a lot of these opening gambits, part of the Gulf of Mexico,
yes.
Greenland. How do you think that will upset the sort of balance, of global diplomacy? It's not the normal global diplomacy,
not at all, no. Very strange, but of course he's an odd guy, and perhaps he wants to go on being an odd guy, so he's saying these things. But maybe one of them will come off. Maybe they'll do a deal about Greenland.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Gaza thing will work, because it's just complete.
It's a little bit wild. It's a little bit off the...
A bit wild. He might come to a compromise, like we can let these Gazans stay there, so long as we can have the
Riviera.
The Riviera, and, fence it off from the rest of the hoi polloi.
Okay, any key poignant points otherwise to make for the week?
Yes, the important stuff this week. I'm going to be speaking in East London, Hackney Wick.
Are you advertising?
Yes, I'm advertising. Monday evening.
Okay.
Big thing about climate and what's it all about. And then Tuesday, very important, the 11th of February, exactly 2 years since we had BBC Blood on Your Hand demo at BBC, and Angela and I got arrested for having a rally outside the Home Office, but drawing together everyone who's been arrested recently as much as we can. Okay. So we've got Mohammed Al-Mail speaking, who's been threatened with...
If someone wants to get on your mail list...
And also Greenstein is speaking.
If someone wants to get on your mail list for events that are coming up, what number should they text? Is that a wise idea to give it out? Why not?
I can give that. You can text me on 07958 713320.
Once again?
07958 713320. Or just go to Twitter, X, at Piers_Corbyn.
Okay, all right.
Is that a problem?
No, that's fine. No, I was just about...
11th of February, that's Tuesday, 2 o'clock, come there.
Okay, we'll catch you in a minute. I'm just going to wander around and try and catch the general atmosphere. Oops, funny angle I've got here. Pasted. Thank you very much, Lisa. I've got a funny angle here, so I'm going to try and move that a little bit. There you go, that should be all right. You grow long hair under that hat of yours.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a hippie now, are you?
Yeah, I'm growing it a bit, yeah.
Are you going to be replaced by AI?
I don't know. I hope not.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either, no.
Because they won't have no passion into it.
You have passion in what you're doing?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
You're a caretaker of the park.
Yeah.
Caretaker of Mother Nature.
I'm a cleansing. I don't know what the technical name is, but yeah.
You've been doing it quite a long time now, haven't you?
About 4 years, I'd say.
4 years,
yeah.
okay.
Summertime or at the moment just weekends, but yeah, that's good enough for me anyway. Yeah.
And how'd you get to do Speaker's Corner on a Sunday? Because you come over here quite, or is that, do you sort of wander the parts of the park you want?
Well, we all have our own sort of like designated areas and stuff, and I've got used to doing this, so I know how it works and stuff.
Yeah.
And come summertime, I put some like Sainsbury's or any other bag on the side.
Yeah.
Fill it up.
We tend to be polite enough.
Yeah, they're quite good.
Yeah.
So I must thank you for that.
Thanks very much, eh? The infamous Cohen.
Nothing to do with extremism.
How you doing, right?
That leads to my next question.
Not so good. I don't like this country.
Huh? You don't like what?
Not so good. I don't like. There's been a lot of
weather?
anti-Semitism in this park.
Oh, okay.
No, this country.
the
this
park.
This country's broken.
Okay.
Broken society, broken Britain.
So can I ask you,
I mean, he was, but
What? I was what?
he was asking. You can wait.
do you mind if I ask something?
I was in the middle.
Go on, you carry on. You carry on. No, don't worry.
Although now I've kind of lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
So just to explain
No, I remember
Zionism.
now.
Okay.
So my question was, next one was going to be, so according to what I've heard and understood, when the Messiah returns is when he returns the land of the people back to the land of Israel.
Where have you heard that?
I think I want to say Hasidic Jews or
You heard it from a group called the Touré Card. There's about 10 of them in Stamford Hill, about 200 of them in
I've never been to
Jerusalem.
Stamford Hill.
No, that's who's making the videos, who you've seen our videos.
Oh no! It's interpretation of like the
the Talmud.
yeah.
I'll
It's
read you
based,
the actual. I'll read you the verse.
it just says that something along the lines of when the Messiah returns, he will return the Jews to the land of Israel.
I'm going to read you the verse from the Torah that's based on. Wait there. Bear with me.
So my question was essentially going to be, why don't you just wait until the Messiah returns and then he'll sort you guys out?
So I'm going to explain. First, I'm going to give you. So this is the. O daughters of Jerusalem, I adjure you by the gazelles and by the does of the field, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Can you explain that verse to me?
Can I read it? Sir?
I mean, it's not a good version, but I just typed it to Google. But let me get you a Hebrew. I'll get you a better one. Son of Solomon.
I like NIV. I usually find
I'm
NIV.
Jewish, so I don't follow do the Hebrew. Let me just get you the actual.
I'm not Christian, by the way. I don't have any religious affiliations.
Put my glass on. I can't read what you're writing.
And then I'll answer my communist friend.
Oh, he's communist.
The biggest.
I might have some questions for you as well after.
There you go. I adjure you, O maidens, the actual word is daughters of Jerusalem, by gazelles and by the hinds of the field. Do not arouse or awaken up love until it please. Can you explain to me how that means that Jews can't have a state?
Well, from no context and just reading that, it says, "Do not wake or rouse," meaning don't struggle, like don't toss and turn. Love until it pleases God. That just
What's
keep
that
giving
got to do
love.
with Israel?
I don't know. It's you're the one who brought it up in relation to that. You said that's what it's in reference to.
So that's the reason I've
Like,
done
I
that.
don't know the
So that I'm telling
Talmud
you,
quotes off the top of my head.
The Jews who you thought who was Hasidic, who actually aren't Hasidic, is a group called the Touré Carter, and there's a Talmudic rabbi, a rabbi from the Talmud, who uses this verse to say that the Jews aren't allowed a state in Israel. And it's a fringe position, their position.
No. I'm not saying that they don't deserve a place.
No, until the Messiah comes. This is what it's
Okay.
this verse.
Okay, that's
And
based on
that's
that.
the verse. Now, if you read throughout the Torah, it constantly says that that God promises the Jewish people that land. Now, I don't like making religious arguments for the state of Israel because there's much stronger claims to make with for why we're there than religious, because unless you're Jewish, you don't believe what I believe.
No.
So what's the point of going to my religious book?
Because I want to have your perspective.
And so I'm saying,
I just want to understand your perspective.
You brought some Hasidic Jews up.
Yes.
They're not Hasidic for one, they're just not Hasidic to you, because with the greatest respect, you're a little bit ignorant to Jewish culture.
Have you heard of Rabbi Friedman?
Which Rabbi Friedman? Are you talking David Shapiro online from Torah Jews?
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
Okay, is that not...
Shapiro, Friedman, Goldberg, Cohen,
You don't like him?
names. Of course not. I've made videos against him.
Okay.
He's from a group. He actually is from a Hasidic group, but he himself is not Hasidic. He's from a group called Satmar, who are much more mainstream. The Turei Carter, the ones who are plastered all over the internet, are no. But he bases it on this verse. That's his
So
opposition.
what flavour of Judaism are you?
I'm an Orthodox Jew.
Orthodox Jew. But obviously Orthodox Jew splits into different flavours again.
Yeah.
So which one would you describe? Just so I understand the perspective.
If someone were to put a label on me, they'd call me Dati Laumi, National Religious.
Dati
Laumi, National Religious. But I wouldn't. I would just say I'm a Torah observant Jew. I follow the law of Moses. Okay, so you have
Thank you
a
very much for your
question.
time,
Thank you.
buddy. Have a good one.
Okay, first question. Donald Trump's suggestion. Take over Gaza. The Americans take over Gaza. What do you think about that?
So I think it's not a sincere proposal. I think it is a strategic negotiation tool. So, and I'll explain why. The two countries that would be most likely to take in such a large number of Arabs from Gaza would be Jordan and Egypt. Now, the Jordanian and Egyptian population would be hugely opposed to any such plan. So if you were Donald Trump and you sincerely wanted this to happen, what you would do is you would go to Abdullah, you would go to Sisi behind closed doors and say, look, we need you to take 2 million people, 1 million here, 1 million there. What we're going to do, we'll maybe do something like, we'll say it's temporary and it's for humanitarian reasons, and then once they're removed, we just won't let them back. What you wouldn't do is get on television and explicitly state that Jordan and Egypt will take them. I think they'll take them. The Saudis have a lot of land, because instantly the kingdom of Jordan and of Saudi and of Egypt, they have to come out in opposition because it would destabilize their own nation. If they were to get behind it, they would potentially lose their control of their kingdoms or their regimes, and so it makes no sense to do that. So what I think Trump is actually doing in saying this is trying to force nations like the Saudis, so then Jordanians, Egyptians, to come up with a counter offer. We'll foot the bill. He mentioned how rich they were. We'll foot the bill.
Sorry, my power's dying very fast. Something wrong with my battery. So just one more question quickly, because it's gonna die. John Mersheimer argues that Israel lost. What do you say?
Well, if Israel lost, I would hate to see what an Israeli victory would look like. Gaza is leveled, like 80% of the buildings are said to have been destroyed. The entire leadership of Hamas has been neutralized. Sinwar, no more. Hania, no more.
Okay, but are there less Hamas fighters now
yes.
than there were? How many?
They've replenished battalions that have been entirely eliminated with people who've never held a rifle before. You can see it when they're handling the guns.
Isn't that a defeat?
What, that you can recruit? Of course
that you've recruited as many people, perhaps as many people to Hamas.
No, because they can't fight. The Nukba forces have spent decades training. They're elite soldiers. Terrorists, but soldiers. They've been training, and now they've been replaced with 16-year-old kids that don't know the butt of a rifle from the front.
But isn't hearts and mind an important point?
No. What's important here is physical strength. How big a threat does something pose?
Okay. So militarily, of course, that's correct.
Been a resounding
but in terms of
one of the things that frustrates me with these,
one might be perhaps moral high ground. Is Israel less? Has Israel less of a moral high ground now than perhaps it did before October 7th?
I don't care about moral high grounds, I care about the survival of my family.
Okay, but what if then...
Moral high grounds are something that Europeans talk about from their ivory towers where they face no threat. I don't care about moral high grounds, I care about my daughter surviving. In my daughter's nursery, let me finish. In my daughter's nursery, there are children who've lost parents. Right. On my street, 2 people have been killed.
Right.
I care more about the survival of my people than the moral high ground.
And if you were Palestinian and you were born a Palestinian in Gaza, do you not think you'd have the same attitude for their
Of
people?
course they have that same attitude. That's the issues that we have. We
Okay.
have two people that
Okay,
are in a
that's good.
conflict and a war that are fighting for survival.
Okay, thanks very much. All right, see you later. Unfortunately, my power is dying really fast. My battery has to be replaced. It's only got 11% on it. We're going to die any second.
In America, we give them midazolam in this country.
What's that?
We give them midazolam in this country. What was it in America?
Midazolam. I don't know.
Oh, come on, you do.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to die any second. Sorry, I'm going to have to cut this off, and I'll do a recording on another video recorder and upload it later.
Pick up the Holy Quran.